And on this edition of Oxford News This Week, welcome to another edition, A Dream Fulfilled, off into the world, wild blue yonder, I should say, in our Behind the Lens series, Oh, the Places You Will Go, and in our last story, Storefronts with Many Covers. That and more on this special edition of Oxford News This Week. Last Thursday, United States Representative Elissa Slotkin had a special ceremony and reception. It took place in Howell to celebrate 9 future cadets and midshipmen who have been appointed to the U.S. Service Academies, including Oxford High School senior Jared Seifer. According to the press release from Slotkin's office, because the application and nomination process began in the fall of 2022 prior to her congressional redistricting area, the students did come from across the area, the 8th Congressional District, Ingham, Livingston, and North Oakland counties. 6 of the students will be headed to the U.S. Air Force Academy, 2 will attend the U.S. Naval Academy, and 1 will enroll at the U.S. Military Academy at West Point. According to Mona Shan from the office, Slotkin's office, told the board that Jared was always Jared's dream to attend the United States Naval Academy, and he has worked very hard to get there, make his dreams a reality. Jared is a middle of 3 children and the son of a U.S. Marine Corps veteran. He plans to study operations research and hopes to minor in Chinese, which he has already studied for 7 years. Jared plays varsity soccer and lacrosse, serves as a member of the younger students in the community, and is a member of the National Honor Society. Each congressional office is invited to nominate up to 10 candidates each year per open vacancy for U.S. Service Academies, which also include U.S. Military Academy, U.S. Naval Coast Guard Academy, and the Merchant Marine Academy, and the Air Force Academy as well. In collaboration with her Service Academy Advisory Panel, a review board made up of district veterans, Slotkin reviewed candidates, put forward the names and top candidates to the U.S. Service Academies. Once again, congratulating our own Jared on that one. For the second time in the year, North Oakland VFW Post 334 presented another check of $1,200, a donation check for the Oxford Orient Fish for its Adopt a Shelf program. The Adopt a Shelf program is open to individuals, families, churches, community groups, businesses, and anyone who is interested in keeping one of the shelves filled at Fish. VFW Post 334, for example, supports the pasta sauce shelf. Adopters can either purchase the items and deliver it to the pantry or then stock it themselves, or you can donate money to Fish and let the volunteers do the shopping for you. Oxford Orient Fish provides emergency aid in the form of food, agency referrals to individuals with families who reside in Oxford, Addison, Orion, and Oakland townships. The organization pantry is located again 1060 South Lapeer Road. That is just south of Drainer Road in the Oxford Township. The National Association of Letter Carriers this past week had a little bit of a fundraiser or donations on food and goods. Non-perishable food items were sent by mailboxes this past Saturday. The annual Stamp Out Hunger program also benefits the Oxford Orient Fish Pantry. If you'd like more information, how maybe you can adopt a shelf or help out, or maybe you need help yourself, Oxford Orient Fish is available at their number 248-628-3933, or you can log on their website, oxfordorientfish.org. Again, you can contact them via that way as well. The Oakland VFW Post 334 can be reached by Jim Hubbard at 248-496-1213. Congratulations going out to Drew Cady, Oxford High School sophomore Drew Cady, for being chosen to serve in Michigan, the High School Athletic Association Student Advisory Council. Drew is the first student from Oxford history to be selected for this position. Drew is 1 out of 16 Michigan high school students that will be on the MHSAA Student Advisory Council for a 2-year program. There are a total of 220 applicants, and between the class of 2024 and 2025 in Michigan. And congratulating the Oxford Middle School, the band and choir performed a great performance on Mackinac Island just the other day. Again, everybody had a good time and a chance to play on an area that had just opened up, once again, on Mackinac Island. Thanks to the talents and abilities of Oxford High School junior Cole Dient, the township has a colorful new logo that will be used on everything from signage, letterhead, social media, and ID badges. The Township Board adopted this on May 10th at the meeting. Bravo to Cole for the creating of such a wonderful logo in his graphic design class. The new logo, cheerful, hopeful, peaceful, and welcoming. Everything Oxford stands for should also continue to let each element of the signage have a meaning. The lush green landscape and trees represent the township's popular parks and the plethora of open spaces. The water represents the community, more than 30 named lakes in the area. Hot air balloons are familiar in the fall and in the spring and summer. The rising sun symbolizes the township bright future as people of all ages continue to move through the area with new businesses, continue to open their doors. This is a place to make a fresh start, raise a family, and even enjoy your golden years. This is the place to nourish your business. Again, this is a place to find and follow your bliss. Again, they want to thank everybody, all the Oxford High School students and teachers who put this together. Rebecca Zemensky and Savannah DiStefano. Classes submitted both hand-drawn and digitally created logos for them to consider. Tapping into the reservoir of skill and talent, the fresh ideas at Oxford High School, always fun and exciting. Once again, congratulations on this new design. The grand opening of Cookies at 450 South Glassbean happened just the other day. Stock up, hang out, celebrate the opening of the newest friendly neighborhood dispensary. Sounds like a good time. Pandemonium, it took place just the other day. It was actually on May 3rd at 11:30 in the morning, and it lasted all the way for the rest of what you would call the school day. 4:30, students were able to have fun on their last day of schooling as the Wildcats at Oxford High School. The annual celebration, dubbed Senior Carnival Day, started off with a breakfast, a carnival food like hot dogs, at the Performing Arts Building. Student musicians entertained the students as they walked in and out. There were bowling games, cornhole games, games played in the bounce houses. Again, a good time had by all. The class of 2023 commencement ceremony is coming up on May 18th. That'll be on a Thursday. It's starting at 7 o'clock. The commencement is this year to accommodate everybody at Pine Knob in Clarkston. Oxford residents hoping to take a bite out of the mosquito population. Still pleased to learn that packages still are at the Oxford Township free of charge. Township Treasurer Joe Ferrari has them. Residents can stop by and pick them up. They're donut-shaped briquettes. They are known as dunks. You can get 2 packs. You're allowed 3 packs per household. Again, you do have to pick them up, and the Township Hall is located 300 Dunlop Road, just north of Seymour Lake Road. They're open between 8 a.m. and 5, Monday through Friday. Walk-ins are available. In fact, you have to walk in to pick up these dunks to prevent your mosquito population. Each briquette kills mosquitoes and larvae for up to 30 days. Again, Treasurer Joe Ferrari, you can contact him 248-628-9787, extension 105. I checked prior to the broadcast here, and they still have some available. Again, you must pick them up, 3 packages of 2 per family. The Davis Family Farmers Market is located on Seymour Lake, at 2795 Seymour Lake, just outside our studio offices here. The market was a proposal of Ron Davis about 27 years ago, and again, it has come to fruition this past week. Estimated cost of the building to $297,000, just shy of $100,000 of what became a grant from the Oxford County, Oakland County. The new Davis Family Farmers Market on Seymour Lake Park. The inaugural season is underway. The 4,000 square foot market will be open every Saturday from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. and at the end of through the end of October. Come and enjoy the fun, enjoy a wonderful community asset, put some healthy offerings on your table. If a crosswalk or intersection not available and you need to cross the street, locate a well-lit area where you'll have the best view of traffic. Wait for a gap that'll allow you time enough to cross. Continue watching traffic and then cross. It's all part of the Michigan Initiative. It's a brand new website you can log on. It'll tell you how to be very safe. Maybe the little ones can log on there with their families. WalkBikeDriveSafe.org. Log on. Again, that's from the Michigan State Department of Health and Resources. Jumping to DDA news, congratulations to DDA Director Kelly Westbrook. The 2023 Mrs. Michigan, Kelly and Kimberly Smith form the Oxford Dynamic Duo, as they are referred by the DDA. Executive Director and Media Coordinator Kelly Westbrook, again congratulating her on winning that Mrs. Michigan. Also, the Oxford DDA team was the Shining with Stars this last week. Oakland County Main Street Awards DDA Board, Bryce Clark, Marie Powers, Dorothy Johnson, Grace Carey, Peter Schultz, Lee Ann Cross, and Rod Charles. Kelly Brooksbrook and Kimberly Smith also in attendance. In Oakland County, Executive Director Dave Coulter was there on hand as well. In our Behind the Scene or Behind the Lens series, today we take a trip back to when the class of 2023 had their web day at Oxford Middle School. In a couple of weeks, these very students you see here will be graduating from the Oxford High School. Borrowing from Dr. Seuss with this, you're off to great places. Today is your day. Your mountain is waiting, so get on your way. Oh, the places you will go, the places you will go. Up next, I'll have a lengthy sportscast and also the last story. It's all coming up on this edition of Oxford News This Week.
Hi, my name is Natalie Moser. I'm sitting here with Lydell. I'm one of the volunteers here at Canine Stray Rescue League. Lydell is one of our dogs. He is a 1 to 2 year old Great Dane boxer mix who's been with us for a few months. He's a great dog and we would love to find a family for him. He's hesitant with children, so he needs to be in a home with teenagers or older because of his we're not sure what happened to him in his past that made him kind of funky with kids. But as you can see, he absolutely loves adults, men and women. It just depends on how you introduce him to people. He can be timid in larger groups, so probably not the best idea to do large crowds, things like that. Initially, you'll want to put him into some training. He can be nervous as well around other dogs, so we want him to be in an only dog home. So he's very social. He loves people as long as it's not introducing them in too big of a group. Oh, he knows exactly who's here.
My name's Chris, and I do enrichment here at Canine Stray Rescue League. One of the things I do and I love is massage, and I'm here with one of my favorite clients, Lydell, who is our feature dog today. He loves it, typically falls asleep during one, so you may witness that. Benefits of massage include bringing the stress level down in the dog. Secondly, it releases toxins, stress toxins that are found in the body. And it also improves the canine-human bond. I try and get their whole body, especially the joints, because that's where a lot of the fluid and the toxins are located. But I do all the way up to their ears. They have hundreds of muscles in their ears, and they use them constantly throughout the day to communicate. So you want to make sure that you hit those areas too. Not all dogs like massages. I usually know that in the first few minutes, but most do. And I have to sort of watch the areas that they're, comfortable with versus not being comfortable with. And it's very relaxing for me. One of my favorite things to do here. I also do a little bit of acupressure with certain points that will also bring down their stress level as well. The armpit is one area that you can even do at home, and you just place your finger in their armpit for about 30 seconds. A little bit of moderation in the pressure, and it will bring their stress level down a little bit. As demonstrated. So I am a believer that this is good for all animals, even your pets at home, but especially for the boys and girls here who endure a little bit more than the average canine does in the home. He's a good boy. He's very connecting. He's full of life. Good with all handling. Loves to please. We did a little agility this morning outside and in the courtyard, the off-leash area. And, he's a quick learner. Just a great dog. And beautiful as well. I love Lydell.
Yeah, so he's really a great family dog if you have teenagers or older. Walks around the park. Some socialization would be great for him. He's very photogenic, so if you like to take pictures, that face and those ears will absolutely, he's just the easiest dog to take a picture of because he's just got the greatest face. Oh. Come on. Yes, what a good boy. Yes, you're such a good boy. You are. You're just the best boy. You are the best boy. So we found that he can be a very picky eater. He's a little skinny. We were trying to pump up his chunkiness, but there are a lot of foods that he doesn't like to eat. Sit, wait. Good. Sit, wait. Good boy. He loves these treats. So we're supplementing his food right now. Oh, look at that face. Oh my goodness, you're just so cute. Good, silly. Stop. Yes, good boy. Loves lots of praise. This is Lydell. He's available to adopt at caninestray.com to find out more information about him or any of our other adoptable dogs.
Back with you on Oxford News This Week, and yes, a lengthy sportscast, and I guess the reason for that was weather conditions jamming a lot of games at the end. Oxford High School had their first athletic scholarship signing ceremony of the year. A total of 6 athletes signed to play sports at the next level. Emily Archer, Rochester University, competitive cheerleading. Luke Barney, Ferris State University, track and field. Alex Daywood, Rochester University, soccer. Ella Elizabeth Rice, Oakland University, track and field. Jada Whittle, Post University, volleyball. Logan Wilmont, Northwood University, for lacrosse. Thanks to all the athletes who did their signings. Both the boys and girls varsity track and field teams from Oxford High School lost their dual meets against Clarkston on May 3rd. The score there 66-62. As of this newscast, May 5th, the girls' record was 2-2 in the OAA. The boys are 1-3. The Wildcats competed in the Farmington Invite, the Twilight 3200 on the Saturday. They competed at the OAA Red and White Division Championships at Rochester Adams on Friday, May 12th. Again, the prep for the MHSA District Division I LP Region 9 meet that'll take place on May 19th. That'll be at Milford High School. Oxford girls lacrosse opened last week with a 7-2 win over Clarkston at home April 24th. I believe that game was filmed and is on OCTV. Before the game, the Wildcats shared memories throughout the teammates, their friend and a former teammate, the late Hannah St. Juliana, for Hannah Night. Oxford grabbed the lead less than 5 minutes into the game. The 2 goals from junior Fiona Betzold and Clarkston senior Ainsley Gothard tied the score with 2 goals in the last 4 minutes of the first half. The Wildcats broke the tie at the top of the second half with a goal from senior Raina St. Juliana, that of course Hannah's sister. Oxford improved 5-1 in the OAA White League, an 11-1 win over the North Farmington. That on April 25th, they lost to Marion last Thursday 16-5. The girls lacrosse team currently sits at 5-6 overall in the season. The Wildcats have played a competitive non-league schedule, which has helped them ready for the league play, where they are currently sit at 5-1 overall. The league is 5-1 OAA White League. The record for the Oxford is sitting second place alone in that area. On Wednesday, the first place Adams Highlanders come to Oxford to battle. Again, that'll be taking place. We'll have the results next week in the broadcast. The boys lacrosse team is 2/3 of the way through their season. Currently, as they sit at 6-6 in the 2023 campaign, the Wildcats currently sit in the second place in the OAA White League standings at 3-2, and the league record. Oxford has shown a strong defensive improvement under the first-year head coach Noah Grove, as the Wildcats are allowing 6.8 goals per game compared to 8.2 as they did the year prior. The team finishes up the league play on Thursday when they head to Troy. Varsity baseball has actually had to place a few doubleheaders as a solid part of their season. Currently at 11-6 at the midway point, the Wildcats again recorded doubleheader sweeps in all three of their doubleheaders, plus against Elmont, Berkeley, and Port Huron. Oxford has played three-game series thus far and has won 2 of the 3 series, 2-1 with Troy and 2-1 versus Rochester's 1-2 versus Clarkson. The Wildcats currently sit in the middle of the OAA Red league standings with a 3-4 league overall. Again, they played a lot of doubleheaders. That was all due to weather conditions. The team currently is in the midst of a 3-game league series versus Lake Orion. Again, we'll have the results next week. Boys golf is the only spring sport that is in the early phase of their season schedule. They have competed in 3 tournaments so far, 2 matches. One of the tournaments was the OAA White and Blue League tournament, which was very successful. One of the Wildcats, Oxford, took home the first place in the event with an impressive team score of 312 despite the inclement weather conditions. The team rallied on and competed at the Loop Classic on Friday. Oxford soccer, the girls soccer team, had a very strong season thus far. Oxford sits 7-3 overall on the season. The Wildcats have played very strong non-league competitions, including the number 2 ranked Northville Mustangs and the number 9 ranked Anchor Bay Tars, both of which are 1-1. Oxford finished OAA White League play with a 5-1 record, which helped them at least cinch the first place in the league. Depending on how the 2 other results go in the week, Wildcats could actually finish alone at the top. The team's next game was on Monday. They hit the road against Bloomfield Hills, defending state champions. Again, we'll have a lot of the results and wrapping up all the spring and summer sports, spring sports, I should say. The room for improvement in the girls softball team. The softball team for the ladies has only played 10 games so far and currently sit 2-8 in that with the record. OAA Red, 7 games have either been canceled, postponed, or even suspended due to weather conditions. Oxford travels to Clarkson again, a doubleheader, and again, we'll bring those to you next week. Again, everybody's wrapping up their seasons. And I do believe tennis is underway still. The girls' tennis team has strong campaigns for the season. They currently sit 6-2 overall in their league. Many matches have been actually canceled and postponed, but the consistency has been there. After dropping the season opener, Oxford went on to a 5-match winning streak with several dominant victories. At the OAA League tournament, the Wildcats took second place overall in the strong showing. The team will take Lapeer this Wednesday. They'll be on the road again. All this is starting to wrap up for spring sports. We will definitely be covering summer sports. That's Senior League softball and, of course, the U12, U14 League. Anyways, a lengthy sportscast there. I'll be back at the end. We do our little thing called The Last Story, and we'll say goodbye. You're watching Oxford News this week.
Here's to the things that can keep us safe. Those we use all the time with hardly a thought. Those that are silently standing by to save our lives. And now, those that we carry with us everywhere we go. Many mobile devices will now bring you wireless emergency alerts, real-time information directly from local sources you know and trust. With the unique sound and vibration, you'll be in the know wherever you are.
Hello, this is Lomas Brown, ex-Detroit Lion, and you're watching OCTV. That's Oxford Community TV. Check it out.
Canine Stray Rescue is Oxford's own local dog rescue. Call them at 248-628-0435 or go to their website dogsaver.org and click on the Canine Stray Rescue League link.
Welcome back, and this is our last story. Do you recognize this local building in Oxford? If so, maybe you bought an antique from Sunset Antiques in the 70s, or maybe you rented a movie. I think we rented a movie there. It was Oxford Video in the 90s, and maybe even the plumbing HVAC services in the last few years. But long before it was an antique store, a plumbing shop, a video store, 153 South Washington was the home of Unger Flowers. In the summer of 1913, the city of Detroit was booming, and nearly 500,000 residents and businesses like the Ford Motor Company flourishing. Detroit was becoming a Paris of the Midwest. Since 1903, Robert W. Unger held a position as superintendent and head gardener for the city of Detroit. His duties included designing, planning for the city on the parks and boulevards, and having a charge over the years conservatory, greenhouses, and plantings on Belle Isle. But in the summer of 1913, Mr. Unger saw a new opportunity. He decided to move in a new direction. The direction was north, Oxford, Michigan. On August 20th, 1913, Mr. Unger arrived in Oxford with his wife, Henriette, and their 3 children, Robert Jr., Milfred, and Edmund. They had come to purchase the flour mill, flower shop, and greenhouse from a local owner, O.A. Stoll, located at 153 South Washington Street. Mr. Unger newly purchased the business, would change the name several times over the years. Some of the names would include R.W. Unger Florist, R.W. Unger Florist and Son, Oxford Greenhouse, and finally they settled Unger Flowers. 1922, all 3 Unger children had graduated from Oxford High School and continued working for the family business. They produced plants, cut flowers, wedding arrangements, floral designs, as well as landscaping. Mildred had become a very talented and artistic floral designer over the years. Robert Unger Sr. passed in 1936, and the business was continued by Henriette and their children up until 1943. In 1943, a large expansion was built into the attractive flower and gift shop with more room and sales. Unger Flowers served Oxford's community for well over 50 years. They provided a community with flowers, plants alike. August 20th, 1913, until the last remaining members of the entire family ended the business on August 20th, 1966. Always good to look back at some of the businesses that started here in Oxford. That's going to wrap it up. Again, we definitely want to thank our news gathering source of the Oxford Leader, and of course the Oxford Township and the Village of Oxford as well. Oakland Press, Oxford Leader, Oxford Township Facebook helps us with photo credits going to CJ Carnacchio and the Oxford Leader. OCTV can be viewed on Spectrum Charter, Channel 191, Channel 99 on the ATT Uverse system, YouTube, Rumble, Facebook, and even download the Roku app. Watch OCTV programming. OCTV is also available to local groups for producing public service announcements. Maybe you have a show idea, maybe you'd like to volunteer. Give our office a call, 248-628-9658. Thanks to producer director, oh yes, the patient one, Kyle Snage, videographer Al Campbell, our editor Marissa Ruska, and program coordinator Dan Zweiss, program director Johnny Miller, and station manager Terry Stout. Yes, for everyone here at OCTV, I'm Jim Hughes, hoping you have a safe week. I invite you back next time. And again, we will take a look at Oxford News this week.